Which one of these rhythm guitar parts has a little bit more character and stands out a little bit more in the mix? So what you just heard there was a really simple technique that's used a lot in country music, but you can also apply this to other genres. And it's basically taking the flat third of a chord and hammering onto the major third of a chord. And that might be familiar to you from blues, where you basically would play like a minor pentatonic scale and you would tweak that flat third up just slightly a little bit in your blues lick, just to make it imply the major third. Well, the same thing kind of happens here with this country type of lick. Let's grab a guitar and I'll break it all down for you. So let's take a look at what's going on here. How do you locate the third of a chord? Well, first of all, it's nice to know what makes up a chord. A chord is made up of a triad, and a triad basically is a root note, a third, and a fifth in the scale. So if we take G, which is the key that we're playing in, and we start with G, G's the root, and if we count up 3, G, 2, 3, B, we get B. 1, 2, 3. So we get now a B as our third. And if we count up 5 notes in that scale, we'll have the fifth, which makes up that triad for that chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So D makes up the fifth of the chord G. So we have G, B, and D that make up this chord. Now a real easy way to find this is if you're in a bar shape, where your middle finger is, playing this B note on the G string, that's your third. So lots of times what's happening here in this kind of country flair or this stylistic approach to getting to that third is they're taking the flat 3, which is going down 1 fret, and hammering on to the major third. And all I'm doing this for this guitar part and specifically is just arpeggiating up that chord. And in between, I'm adding that hammer on. So this is a real easy way to kind of jazz up your guitar lines, your guitar parts, to add a little character to them. It's just hammer on from the flat 3 to the major third and arpeggiate through the chord. And another way to use it would be like this. So what you just saw there was me using that same concept, that same idea, but now in a lead line approach where I was building like a motif out of it. So I'm just basically doing the same move, but adding a little bit of a different flair to make it more of a solo line. So this is just another clever way to basically use that flat 3 to major third move. And another way that you might hear this is in a lower rhythm part. You don't have to play it up here high. Let's just go move to the key of A. So if we look for a third, we know that this chord is made up of A, C sharp, and E. So C sharp is our major third. Well, here it is here. When we play this, it's called basically a first inversion because we have the third in the bass. Here's our normal A chord, but I'm putting the C sharp here. And now where's the flat 3? Well, it's 1 fret down. So here, the C note. So you could do and play off of this whole concept of taking a flat 3 to a major third, maybe something like this. So experiment with this a little bit. Find the major third of your chord, flatten it, going down 1 fret, and try to come up with some unique guitar part lines.